car pulls up to the curb, the headlights cutting a slice of darkness. You kill the engine. There's a moment, just a breath, before the silence fully claims you. You step out onto the cool, uneven ground. The crunch underfoot is soft, almost gone when followed by another step. You walk towards the cabin. The path glows faintly in the headlights, then vanishes as you leave the beam. Hand on the cold, rough wood of the porch railing, you pause. You look back. The car is already swallowed by the woods. You inhale deeply. The air is clean, smelling of damp earth, and something else, pine needles crushed underfoot, maybe. You reach the steps. You ascend 1, 2, 3 steps. Each groan of the wood settling under your weight feels familiar, grounding. You reach the top. Door is wooden, simple, slightly warped. You place your hand flat against its cool surface. A long pause, maybe you should knock. But the light inside is warm, inviting. You turn the knob. It opens inward, revealing a soft, golden glow. You step inside. The door clicks shut behind you. A low hum fills the space, not loud, but there, perhaps the crackle from the fireplace. You move deeper into the room. The air here is warmer, thick with the scent of wood smoke and something else. Old wood, maybe sawdust. It wraps around you like a comfortable shawl. Your eyes, adjusting slowly to the dim light, find the source of the warmth. The fireplace. It fills one entire wall, a deep, cozy indentation. Crackle. The firelight dances on the rough-hewn logs of the cabin walls, casting shifting patterns of light and shadow. The flames themselves are amber, casting long, dancing shapes onto the wooden mantelpiece, onto the dark rug spread before the hearth. You can almost feel the heat, though a smaller, cozy warmth emanates from a low-hung knit blanket draped over a simple wooden chair near the window. The window opposite you, the one you saw the light from, is clear, letting in the firelight and the moonlight filtering through the pine branches outside. Outside, you can hear the wind sighing through the trees, a continuous, gentle whisper, and the rhythmic asterisk thump, thump, thump of something heavy falling against the wooden walls of the cabin raindrops. A soft patter begins to join the winds sighing outside the window, drumming faintly against the glass. The smell of cedar and smoke is stronger inside now. It clings to the air, to your clothes perhaps, and it's deeply comforting. You might reach out and touch the rough texture of the mantelpiece. Feel the deep warmth of the stone around the fireplace opening. Run your hand along the cool plaster wall near the window. You stand here for a long time, just breathing, listening. The crackle, the sigh, the drum, the warmth, The smell, it's peaceful. You move towards the chair, towards the low heat and the soft blanket. The floorboards creak under your bare feet. You sink down into the chair, the simple wood molding to your shape. The blanket feels soft, woolly, it's real. You pull it up to your chin, tucking it in loosely. The air around you is warm now, filled with the low, steady thrum of the fire and the soft sigh of the wind. Outside, the rain has started to pick up, a steady, rhythmic drumming now against the wood. The fire continues its steady, deep heartbeat in the silence, crackle, pop, crackle, a deep sigh, a soft pop, a long pause, just listening, just being warm, safe, cozy. The soft armchair sighs softly under your weight, a deep, forgiving curve that cradles you just so. You sink deeper into its yielding flannel, the worn velvet sighing against your skin. Your legs tuck beneath the wide curve, warm hands folding neatly inside the plush lap blanket you pulled over them earlier, before the chill could truly seep in. A small, deep sigh escapes you, lost in the rising warmth. The fire is your world now. It's a deep, orange heart beating in the wide stone fireplace, flames licking greedily at the logs within. They cast long, dancing shadows on the rough-hewn logs that line the walls, the dark planks of the table, the ceiling beams. Each crackle is a deep, throaty bass note, a sound that vibrates through the floor, through the bones in your body, a comforting rhythm. Sparks shoot up, fleeting golden threads against the darkness, then settle back into the coals. The air inside is thick with the smell of burning wood, rich and clean, a scent that grounds you. It mingles with the faint scent of pine from the outside air that has somehow found its way in, smelling damp and fresh against the smoke. Outside, the rain has begun its gentle, persistent fall. It's a soft patter, a continuous whisper against the window pane. You can hear it clearly now, distinct from the crackle of the fire, yet equally soothing. The sound filters down from the roof, a low drumming, a counterpoint to the flames. It's a sound that muffles the world beyond the thick wooden walls, pulling the world into a cozy bubble here with you. The rhythmic sound soothes the edges of your thoughts, blurring the line between here and wherever the storm is raging. It's a gentle lullaby for the night. Your gaze drifts from the fire's bright core to the cozy clutter of the small room. The rough-hewn table is bare, but for few necessities. A mug of steaming tea beside your armchair. A small, closed book resting on its surface, its cover smooth leather. A few knitted throws hang on pegs nearby. The flickering orange light catches the texture of the heavy curtains, the dust motes dancing briefly before settling again in the stillness. Time feels slow here, measured not by the frantic ticks of a clock, but by the slow burn of the logs, the lazy swirl of the smoke in the chimney, the steady drum of the rain. You can feel the heat from the fireplace warming the stone floor, seeping up through the worn rug beneath you, adding to the cocoon of warmth. A thought drifts in unbidden. Warm milk or tea perhaps. The mug before you hints at one choice already made. The firelight glints off the surface, catching the steam curling up from its rim. You could drift off for a while. The heat is profound, the blanket thick, the sounds outside soft and manageable. The air is heavy with warmth, and the scent of wood smoke, making the world beyond feel distant, hazy. It's tempting, this deep, contented sinking in, letting the storm rage on the hills outside, while you simply asterisk our asterisk, here, safe and warm. The firelight shifts, casting your reflection on the opposite wall, a distorted orange figure sitting alone. It's your own face, pale in the dim light, eyes half-lidded, framed by dark hair. You watch yourself for a moment. That face is tired, perhaps, but comfortable. You close your eyes, the firelight a warm film on your eyelids. The sounds of the storm, the crackle, the rain, the soft sigh of the chair. They weave together into a low, ambient hum. It's easy to just listen to it all, letting it fill the spaces between your own slow breaths. The world outside is loud and wet, but here it's a contained comfort. You feel the deep, satisfying warmth spreading from the floor up through your body, chasing away any lingering chill. It's more than just the fire. It's the whole cocoon, the soft chair, the thick blanket, the insulating walls, the muffled sounds. It's a feeling of enclosure, of being held. The book remains closed on the table, an invitation perhaps, but also a barrier against the quiet, rumbling thoughts that might otherwise surface. To read now, to absorb the words, to take in another person's thoughts, might feel like stretching out of this comfortable bubble. Right now, you simply exist asterisk, enveloped in warmth and the soft, steady whisper of the night outside, lulled by the patient, deep pulse of the fire. The firelight spills across your face, a warm, golden kiss against the cool air outside the window. The flames writhe, a million tiny tongues reaching for the night sky reflected in the glass above. Their warmth seeps into your bones, chasing away the remnants of the day's chill, settling deep within your chest, a comfortable weight. It's a fire that breathes easy, sending up thick puffs of smoke that curl, twist, and drift upwards, carrying the distinct, clean scent of wood smoke, a smell that belongs to hearths and holidays and cozy corners. You watch it mesmerized, your gaze fixed on the dancing chaos within the stone fireplace. Listen to it, really listen. The crackle, the deep asterisk RRR that rumbles from the heartwood, the sharp asterisk tick-tick asterisk of smaller twigs and knots letting go. It's a conversation, an ancient language spoken only by flames and the stones that hold them. Each pop sends a tiny shock through the floorboards, a subtle vibration that travels right up through you, a pleasant thrum. It's reassuring. The world outside is dark, a vast, sleeping entity. But here, inside this circle of flames and rough-hewn wood, you are cocooned, safe. The cabin is your world now, small and self-contained, a haven against the wilderness without. The shadows on the wall stretch and shift. They are long now, the firelight thinning at the edges, filtering through the cracks in the rough plaster. You see your own silhouette, huddled deep in the worn armchair, a dark shape against the flickering backdrop, and other shapes dance with it. The outlines of bookshelves crammed with worn paperbacks, the silhouette of the small, sturdy table that holds the mugs, the rough texture of the blanket draped over your knees. These dancing shapes are comforting. They are the familiar things, the markers of this enclosed space. A shadow of a dusty globe perched on the mantelpiece drifts past the window, a fleeting reminder of distant lands and far-off fires. It vanishes, swallowed by the deepening gloom beyond the glass, and is replaced by the silhouette of the old rocking chair by the window where someone, perhaps, is sitting peacefully in the dark, listening too. Or maybe it's just the fire playing tricks, the light catching the corners, the darkness receding slightly inside the room. You feel the deep warmth of physical presence. It's heavy in the air, clinging to your skin, warming your breath even before it escapes your lips. You exhale, a soft plume of mist visible in the cool air near your face. It rises, vanishes almost instantly into the surrounding warmth. It feels satisfying. This is the kind of warmth that makes you feel sluggish, content, a little lazy. It invites long stretches of silence, broken only by the gentle sigh of the wind outside, a soft, almost imperceptible whisper against the wooden walls, like the rustle of unseen leaves, or perhaps the settling of the cabin itself. A deeper, more resonant hum comes from somewhere below. Maybe the old timbers sighing under the weight of the roof. A constant, steady rhythm that matches the fires own breathing. Your mind wanders. Images flicker at the edge of your vision, carried on the shifting breeze of thought. A forgotten memory surfaces. Perhaps the first time you were here years ago, maybe only last year. The air was crisp. The walk across the snowy path felt heavy but good. And then this fire, this overwhelming, forgiving warmth. It feels like coming home, not just to this specific place, but to the feeling of safety, of retreat, of being wrapped up tight against the cold and the unknown. Another shadow drifts slowly across the wall, a distorted shape that makes you think for a moment of something else entirely, something vast and indifferent. But then it resolves itself into just the heavy curtains catching the diminishing light. The firelight now highlights the texture of the rough stone, the cracks like smiling lines in its face. The routine of the evening settles over you. The kettle on the small wood-burning stove hisses softly. The faint metallic sigh a constant, low companion to the crackling fire. It's a sound you know well. You touch the mug beside you, its rough glazed surface still retaining a faint heat. The ceramic has absorbed some of the cabin's warmth, a tangible reminder. Outside, the silence is profound now, broken only by the wind and the fire, and perhaps the distant hoot of a lonely owl, a sound that seems to echo the vastness beyond the windows. Yet somehow, here in this cozy embrace, it doesn't frighten you. It sounds like a story being told, one that belongs to the deep woods and the darkening sky. You close your eyes for a moment, letting the warmth soak deeper, letting the sounds wash over you. The firelight paints your eyelids a deep, rich red. It's peaceful, utterly, completely peaceful. The dancing flames continue their silent, crackling ballet. The heat radiates, a constant, forgiving presence. You feel it in your core, a warmth that spreads outwards, making you feel plump, content, a little sleepy. The routine of the cabin, the watchful flames, the deep silence punctuated by the fire's own sounds. It feels like a ritual, one you participate in willingly, without question. It's more than just warmth. It's a kind of comfort that speaks directly to the soul, a promise of quiet and safety tucked away from the hurly-burly of the world outside. And you are exactly where you are meant to be, inside, warm, safe, watching the flames dance. And the chair, you realize, is utterly comfortable. It holds you perfectly, a soft nest cradling you against its worn velvet. Your body sinks another inch deeper, the simple act of yielding drawing a sigh from somewhere deep in your chest. A low, warm hum begins, a vibration you feel as much as here, right in your bones. It's the fire. Outside, the rain falls now with a gentler, rhythmic persistence. The sound washes over you in waves, a soothing counterpoint to the crackle and pop of the wood inside. Each percussion, the sharp asterisk tick of a twig, the deep asterisk thrum asterisk of a fat log collapsing, the sighing asterisk whoosh of rising heat. It's a language older than worry, a primal comfort. You feel the world outside shrinking, folding inwards with the warmth, the steady drumbeat of the storm, a lullaby on the air that sneaks past the thick windows. The cabin itself sighs too, a deep, rumbling asterisk settling asterisk sound, like the very structure relaxing under the constant, gentle pressure of the downpour. The floorboards sigh. The walls seem to absorb the moisture from the air, becoming denser, cozier. And the scent. Ah, the scent. It's layered, a complex perfume of the wood smoke curling up from the hearth, rich, slightly sweet, with hints of pine and damp earth, mingling with the sharp, clean tang of rain on the air outside the windows, the smell of drying wool from the blankets draped over the back of the chair, and the faint, musty aroma rising from the cabin's own dampness, now perhaps less offensive, more grounding. Your own breath comes slower now, deeper. You feel it, the rise and fall of your chest, a steady, internal rhythm finding its own beat against the external ones. It's warm in here, achingly warm near the fire, but a welcome coolness settles over you as well, the fire's warmth penetrating, chasing the chill from your bones, while the cool air from the window, carrying the rain-scented breath of the night, provides a pleasant counterpoint on your skin. A pleasant coolness, yes, like a refreshing drink after thirst. The sounds of the night, or perhaps it's just inside your head, the quiet amplified, are distinct now. The fire is a roar, a bass drum beating against the stillness. The rain is a high, tinkling countermelody against the glass. And then there are the other sounds. The distant hoot of an owl, rising and falling on the humid air. The occasional creak of the old building settling. Another tick-tick-tick from the chimney as the fire giveth and the structure receiveth. The whisper of the wind, now stronger, swirling around the cabin, its sound amplified by the stillness within, a mournful sighing around the corners. Each sound is clear, distinct, yet somehow part of this immense, encompassing peace. You feel the weight of your limbs, heavy now, pleasantly so. The tension, whatever it was, has dissolved, seeped out with the evening, leaving behind a deep, bone-deep relaxation that starts from the crown of your head and spreads downwards, settling into your shoulders, your arms, your legs. You can feel the blood flowing slower, warmer, each pulse a gentle reminder of life, content, and simple. The muscles in your shoulders, usually tight with the day's demands, feel like lead weights, softened, melted even by the firelight and the rain's steady rhythm. Your gaze drifts upwards, drawn to the dancing flames. They leap and twist, orange hearts of light leaping against the deep, dark background of the mantle, reflecting softly in the smooth, dark surface of the wood around the hearth. The heat radiates outwards, warming the air, catching on the dark grain, sending flickers across the room. The firelight dances on your face, illuminating the relaxed lines, the slight furrow in your brow smoothing as you watch. The flames seem to hold a secret, their wild energy strangely calming. They burn fiercely, yet they don't seem to hurt anything, merely to warm, to light, to consume the wood in a process that feeds this cozy room. Somewhere far below, you hear the distant splash of a river, perhaps, its slow, rhythmic pulse another layer to the symphony. Or maybe it's the sound of the rain itself, drumming insistently on the roof, on the windows, a constant, reassuring beat. You feel the connection to the world outside. Yes, through the sounds, the smells, the feeling of the storm's power settling over the land, but also a profound sense of separation, of sanctuary. This cabin, this room, this fire, it is a pocket of calm, a bubble of warmth and safety inflated against the wildness of the night. And you are inside it, utterly present. There are no thoughts clamoring for attention, no plans to make, no anxieties to weigh on your mind. Just the feeling of sitting here, letting the warmth soak into you, listening to the world outside, breathing in the scent of wood smoke, rain, and wool. The chair is soft, the fire is warm, the rain is falling, and it is enough, more than enough. This quiet, this deep, satisfying quiet is the answer to something, perhaps everything, right now. You let your eyes close for a moment, simply existing in this cozy, enveloping warmth and rhythm. The firelight, a soft orange glow, stretches across the walls. You feel its warmth seep into you, a deep, satisfying warmth that begins in your chest and spreads outwards, settling in your limbs, heavy and content. It becomes a warm blur, a shifting orange presence, its crackle a low, continuous sound beneath the surface calm. Outside, the rain seems softer now, perhaps less frequent, the drumming rhythm fading. You can hear it faintly still, a distant, muffled whisper on the roof, but it's absorbed, part of the quiet settling inside. The world outside is muted, blurring, receding further away with each slow pulse of your own heart. Your eyes grow heavy, the lids feeling like lead, dropping down, up, with increasing effort. The firelight, which seemed so vivid moments ago, now blurs and swims at the edges of your vision. The lines of the wood grain, the shadow where the wall meets the ceiling, all soften, dissolve into a gentle, warm light, like looking through thick, warm glass. That thought about the lines softening, it fades too, like so many others. A thought about dinner, a memory of a walk, a worry that seemed so pressing only moments before. They drift up from the depths, surface briefly, and then dissolve into the growing, comfortable quiet. They don't stick, don't require attention. You can let them go easily. The warmth from the fire seems to sink deeper, reaching down into the hollow places, filling them with soft, golden comfort. It feels like burrowing down, sinking further into the thick blankets, into the mattress that yields and supports. It is a deep, internal heat now, a warmth that doesn't demand air, but radiates security. It makes you feel safe, cocooned, protected by this simple room and its flickering heart. The ticking of the old mantel clock, if it exists, becomes a soft, rhythmic thrum, another low pulse that blends with your own breathing. Your breath comes slower, deeper now, a long, soft inhale, a longer, warmer exhale. It is the rhythm of settling, the body finding its way towards release. You feel it in your chest, a gentle rise and fall, slowing down, becoming less marked by conscious effort. Another thought surfaces, brief as a feather touch, perhaps. Maybe. Fades just as quickly. You brush it aside without effort, without even focusing on it. It's just another thing, another one that dissolves. There are so few thoughts left. Or maybe they are all here, just soft, undifferentiated sounds in the quiet mind. Whispering, murmuring. But they carry no weight, no urgency. They are the background noise now, the quiet hum of the world folding inwards, leaving only this deep, easy warmth and the vast, dark comfort of the inside. Outside, the rain has become almost a memory. The sound is very faint now, a low sigh perhaps, or just the feeling of dampness carried on the air, cool against your skin, but only for a moment before the fire's warmth claims it again. It's a constant exchange. You think dimly, this warmth and coolness, this inside and outside. But the inside wins. The inside is soft, dry, warm. The inside is a nest. Your limbs feel heavy, weighted with deep satisfaction. The blankets, thick wool perhaps, or soft fur, feel like clouds, folding around you, holding you gently. Each movement, each shift, is slow, deliberate, or perhaps not deliberate at all, just the body finding its resting places. Your head rests against a soft pillow, the fabric cool for a second before your body heat warms it. The fire continues its slow fade, a soft, golden light now, barely reaching the corners, barely illuminating your own face, which is hidden in shadow. The air in the cabin feels thick, still, charged with the quiet calm of the night, the absence of wind, the settling of the world. It hangs heavy in your lungs, warm, comforting. Your mind, usually a busy place, is clearing. Thoughts are becoming fewer, softer, like distant voices fading. You can feel it happening, this clearing, this emptying. Not empty of thought, perhaps, but empty of the frantic, worrying thoughts. There is still awareness, a soft, passive awareness, but it is vast and quiet, like the dark, silent spaces within the walls, holding warmth and safety. Just the sound of your breathing now, a slow, steady rhythm. The soft sigh of the fire, barely audible. The distant rain, a faint whisper, like the rustle of dry leaves somewhere else. The world outside is loud with sound, you feel, but inside is quiet, deep, profound quiet, safe quiet. It is time to sink lower. The chair or the bed, or whatever soft surface holds you, yields further, enfolds you more completely. The pull downwards, the release, is immense. It is the feeling of letting go completely, easily. Just rest now. Sink down into the deep, warm mattress. Sink down into the softness. Sink down into the quiet. Sink down into the warmth is profound, sinking deep into your bones. It's the hearth fire, dwindling now, its light a soft, hesitant thing. The flames writhe lower, long tongues of orange and red curling upwards, then folding in on themselves, shrinking. Sparks still leap occasionally, tiny bursts of light against the growing gloom, but they don't linger long, caught by the cool air currents that whisper through the cracks in the logs. They die quickly, leaving faint, warm ashes behind. Crackle, a low sound, but it's fading too, becoming a mere whisper against the heavy silence. The roar is gone. Only the faintest sigh of the fire remains. The air in the small room is thick with the scent of wood smoke and pine, a comforting weight that hugs you. Outside, the deep woods press in, a dark, sleeping blanket settling over the world. No wind stirs the branches above. You can almost feel the stillness of the night outside, heavy and untroubled. A soft sigh escapes you, drawn by the quiet. Your eyes adjust slowly to the dimmer light. The firelight dances across the rough-hewn logs of the walls, the dark grain absorbing most of the glow. Shadows deepen in the corners, elongating and stretching across the floorboards, playing tricks in the dimness. A shadow, perhaps a branch snagged by unseen currents, or just the firelight flickering erratically. It passes. The room settles into its profound quiet again. The warmth from the hearth spreads through you, a steady, grounding presence. It makes the chill that usually seeps into the bones during such still nights seem distant, unreal. A warmth in your chest, spreading, filling you. You feel heavy, relaxed, lulled by the simple rhythms of the room. The ticking of the old clock on the wall is a soft, regular beat against the silence. Tick, tock, tick, tock. A gentle pulse marking the passage of this peaceful time. Outside, somewhere far beyond the reach of sound, an owl hoots. Not a loud cry, but a single questioning sound lost in the vast quiet. Silence follows. Then, perhaps another sound, indistinct, maybe a fox calling, or the cry of a loon over the still water. Faintly, fading, swallowed by the deep woods. You strain to hear it, but it's gone, leaving only the absolute stillness. A pause. Just you, the fire, the cabin, the sleeping forest beyond. Your thoughts, too, begin to settle. They drift, unbidden through memories, but they fade. The sharp edges of worry and concern soften under the weight of the warmth and the silence. Thoughts become lighter, simpler, images, feelings. They come and go like the dying sparks from the embers, dim fading, leaving only a deep, quiet calm within, a gentle pressure, a letting go of the day, of the world, just this place, this warmth, this peace. The air grows stiller still. Even your own breathing seems deeper, slower, filled with the rich, clean oxygen of the cool night, warmed by your body. Inhale, a soft intake. Exhale, a gentle release. The world outside holds its breath. So do you. Your mind drifts further, floating on the currents of the deepening peace. The firelight is fading now, a mere handful of tiny, reluctant sparks clinging to the coals, their warmth less felt, more sensed. A phantom warmth, but the feeling remains, embedded deep, a memory of heat, a promise of safety. A moth, perhaps, or some small winged thing bumps futilely against the window pane. A faint, dull thump, the only sound from that direction. Then nothing. The night is vast and silent beyond the glass. Your gaze follows its flight, watches it settle somewhere on the darkened sill, resting, waiting, but for what? There is no light to see, no No urgency, just the waiting, a peaceful vigil, a long pause, perhaps minutes, perhaps an hour, time blurring at the edges, indistinguishable from the deep, slow pulse of the night. Your body is heavy now, utterly relaxed. The simple comfort of the rough blankets, the sturdy chair you rest against, the solid wood of the walls, everything works in concert to hold you gently, cradle you. There is no need to move, no desire. The world outside is distant, muffled. The thoughts are quiet, dreams distant. A soft hum begins, low and soothing, not from the room, but from within. A gentle resonance, a settling. Your consciousness drifts, floating, descending, sinking into the profound quiet, deeper and deeper. Outside, the moon appears, a silver coin dropped onto a canvas of deepest blue. Its light filters weakly through the sparse pine branches, finding its way onto the floor near the hearth. A single, pale spot, illuminating the dust motes dancing in the air. They drift lazily, illuminated for a moment, then lost again in the gloom. So it is with everything, moments of light, followed by long stretches of deep quiet, but the light is enough. It touches the soul, briefly, before returning to the deep, soft dark. The silver patch on the floor glows, fades, glows, fades, a slow, rhythmic counterpoint to the soft sighing of the wind somewhere, perhaps just beyond the edge of the woods. Your mind is a field of still water now. No currents, no ripples, just the deep, untroubled blue, reflecting the faint, shifting silver of the moon, disturbed only by the gentlest breaths, your own, rising and falling, bringing cool air into the warm room, circulating the still air, adding another layer to the cozy feeling. A small spider walks across the window pane. Its tiny legs touch the glass, leave a faint mark, invisible to the naked eye except for the briefest moment. Gone. Another pause, longer this time, filled only by your own deep, even breathing, and the low, soft sigh of the dying fire. The embers are nearly spent now, tiny embers, glowing embers, radiating heat, no light, just warmth, holding on, waiting, until the fire is truly gone. A profound stillness, a waiting, not for anything, just for the continuation of the night. You feel it, the shift, a deepening stillness, not in the room but within, a settling, a letting go of the conscious mind, of the awareness that you are, drifting, floating on the currents of sleep. Your thoughts dissolve, becoming whispers, fading, leaving. The world narrows, focuses on the warmth, the softness, the safety. The sounds recede, The breathing slows, becomes the rhythm of the sleeping world. Tick, tock, the clock still ticks, a soft, regular heartbeat, keeping time for the sleeping cabin, for the sleeping woods, for the sleeping you. And then, just the warmth and the soft glow, a single stubborn ember glowing with internal heat, and the deep, deep quiet, enfolding you, soothing you, pulling you down, down, into the embrace of the night, into the quiet, the soft dark, where the fire has gone, but the warmth remains, in your bones, in your soul, drifting, safe, surrounded by perfect peace,